Everybody in Canada needs to have certain credit history in order to obtain a credit score. Now, to build up even some basic credit history as a newcomer to Canada, there are certain steps you need to take and tools you can use, and that's exactly what I will be revealing in this video. If you are new to this amazing country, stay tuned because this video is definitely for you. Hey guys, Norbert here. To put it simple, in general, to get a credit card, qualify for a car loan or personal loan, or to qualify for a mortgage, you need to have a certain credit history established. Now, your credit history is reflected in a so-called credit score, which is a number between 300 to 900 here in Canada. This number determines how good and responsible you are with your finances in general, and it provides certain proof of your credit worthiness for any future lenders. It of course takes quite some time to build up a credit score, especially when you are aiming for a good or excellent one. Now, you might be wondering, how can you even have a credit history if you are a newcomer to Canada and you haven't basically used any financial products yet? Fortunately, there are many new financial products on the market right now available and specifically designed for newcomers to Canada. These products are basically designed to help you establish basic credit history and start building up your credit score. You might be wondering why your personal credit history or credit score is so important in Canada, and I can't stress it enough how important it really is. If you want to get a credit card, I mean a normal credit card with $5,000, $8,000 or $10,000 credit limit and not an entry-level one for $1,000, if you want to buy a car and need a car loan, or if you need a line of credit on your checking account, basically all these financial products and whether you are approved or not depend besides other factors on your credit history or credit score. Just a couple years ago, it was almost impossible to get an unsecured credit card or personal loan as a newcomer to Canada, but since immigration is such an important part of Canadian economy and it will become even more important in the years to come, financial institutions in Canada are designing and offering financial products for newcomers even without any existing credit history. So, here are the steps to take in order to start building credit history in Canada as a newcomer or when you are just starting out really fast. I will start off with the most important one: get a Canadian credit card, and I really mean it. Once you get off the plane and unpack your suitcases, get your first Canadian credit card. I can really say this is the easiest and fastest way to build credit history and a decent credit score if you use it wisely. Now, there are major Canadian banks which offer packages for newcomers to Canada without any previous established credit history. Unlike, as I have mentioned before, it's been quite a challenge to get an unsecured credit card as a newcomer to Canada a couple years back. Nowadays, there are products designed specifically for newcomers to Canada. I made a video recently about best checking accounts for newcomers and also another one about best credit cards for newcomers to Canada. I will leave the links down below so you can check them out, guys. There are basically three different ways to go when looking for a credit card as a newcomer. You can either go and get one at one of the major Canadian banks, or if you are an international student, there are specific credit cards just designed for international students. And it also doesn't matter if you are planning on staying in Canada or not. Once you finish your studies, I would still encourage everyone to get a credit card and start using it in order to establish credit history, because if you end up staying in Canada, you will already have a well-established credit history with a credit score. And the third option is to get a stored credit card. This means you can apply for a credit card with one of the major retailers in Canada like Walmart, Triangle or President's Choice. These are usually much easier to get as well, even though they might have higher interest rates than the regular credit cards. So it's definitely always recommended to make your due diligence when you are shopping around at the beginning. Now, when you've got your credit card, use it for any purchases you make anywhere possible, because using the credit card and paying it off in full and on time is even more important than to actually get the credit card itself. And you will get to earn all the cashback or rewards points which come with the credit card depending on the type you go with. The use of your credit card along with your payments is being reported to the credit bureau, which basically tracks your financial behavior, and by using the credit card regularly and paying it in full, you are establishing a credit history and your credit score. This means even if you have sufficient funds to make any purchases you need, always use your credit card and pay it off in full. With that, you will also avoid any interest charges and also contribute to establishing of your credit history. Now, the second step in order to create credit history as a newcomer to Canada is to get a line of credit on your checking account or a personal loan. For example, if you get a mobile phone and you finance it within your plan, this is considered as a loan as well, and if you pay it on time every month, this adds positively to your credit score. Another option might be a purchase of a car, for example. Even if you might have the funds available to purchase the car up front, it's much smarter to finance it for even a short period of time, for let's say 6 or 12 months, and then just pay it off in full. Using this financial product will reflect in your credit history and contribute to a good credit score. Because any future lenders will always want to see how responsible you are with your finances in general, if you are paying your bills, loans and credit cards on time and in full. And all this is shown in your credit history, and it impacts your credit score. There are two main credit bureaus in Canada where you can check on your credit score regularly. First one is Equifax and second one is TransUnion. Each credit bureau processes the data generally in a different way, and you might end up with different credit scores when you compare these two credit bureaus. However, the differences are usually very minor. Also, if you are using multiple financial tools like more credit cards, loans or other payment products, it's also recommended to check on your credit score regularly and also on the information which is being provided by the lenders to the credit bureaus. Mistakes might happen, and if you find a mistake, you can dispute it right away and they will correct any errors right away. So guys, to sum it up, the financial environment in Canada is significantly more flexible than it used to be just a couple of years ago. If you are disciplined and follow these basic steps we have just discussed in this video, it's a clear and fast path to establishing credit history as a newcomer or when you are just starting out, and also establishing your credit score. Maintain it, keep track on your payments and overall use of credit, check your credit score regularly, and you will establish good credit history fairly quickly. As always, thank you guys for watching, and all the support is greatly appreciated. So if you found value in this video, please support it by hitting the like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you don't want to miss out on future content like this. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.